Okay. Well, this is this is supposed to be just a little intro on the portfolio update that we use here in the Student Investment Fund, so that we can better understand exactly all the metrics that we're using for our uh, the portfolio and the investment fund as a whole. Um, we're going to start off just here, basic how to, a little intro to it. We're going to walk through just how to download it, how to open it up, logging into CapIQ, and just little refreshes that you have to do, and some other kind of like back end calculations. So first, you're going to come here to the Canvas page for SIF. You're going to go to the discussions page where you're going to have your portfolio update write up section, where this is going to be the discussion where every week whoever's performing the update, whoever's just presenting it, is going to leave either a PDF or the Excel sheet. You leave the PDF if you haven't made any trades in the week. But if you have made trades, which we'll go over here in a little bit, please leave the Excel book attached to your update. So real quick, we'll find the latest version, and it's right here. So you'll see that it'll pull up right here. The trick with this, though, is that because it's an external file and we're on university computers, you have to go to your downloads, go down to properties, and then unblock it for the security reasons. This, for whatever reason we've seen in the past, if you just try to open it up here, it will never ever open up. And it'll take, I mean, we've had people spend hours just waiting for it to open up. So make sure you unblock that. Once that's unblocked, feel free to open up the template. Let me make sure that we continue to have the right window showing. There we go. So just to make sure we're opening up our Excel book. It's a massive Excel file. I think it's somewhere around like 4 MB. Um, yeah, 3 MB right now. So it's going to take some time to open up anyway. You'll see you're going to have plenty of times where it's going to have the not responding thing. That's usual. That's normal. In the meantime, you can also sign in to anything else that you need for you to do your research, like Bloomberg or CapIQ itself. All right. So we can see here we've got the front page, our landscape update. So here we're going to have our username up and password, which are going to be on the little file or the little tags on each of the monitors around the room that has CapIQ enabled for it. So for this one, it's finlab3 at eccles.utah.edu. The password. So make sure I type that in correctly. So this is what's going to happen if you type things in wrong. You're going to see could not connect to S&P CapIQ server. That's easy to fix. You just click here, go to the S&P CapIQ ribbon tab here at the top. Click to enable. I'll just make sure I typed in everything right. There we go. So once you get logged into CapIQ, you're going to see this little progress bar right here. It'll go across, and if it's been a while, it might take a little bit for you to get the full 100%. But once you sign in, all of these other fields back here are gonna update. A couple quick things to note is we're gonna have here. We'll just walk through it. So our landscape template right here, as you can see, pulls data for Davidson Milner School Fund, ESG funds, right? Pulls in the value, the weekly return, the market beta, number of positions, and weight. Every single one of these fields is based off of CapIQ built Excel plugins. and is dependent on you being able to sign in here. So you're gonna get prompted, would you like to download S&P Cap IQ library of 100 plus built-ins? It's not necessary. You don't have to. So once we get in, we can see everything's populating correctly. To kind of like walk through it correctly, this is where we have all of our data being pulled in from. So the raw data tab pulls in all the data for all of our stock data using this function, right? So basically what this is saying is if this row right here, if this cell is blank or is not blank, pull in the stock data for that date at that time and then multiply it by the number of shares. And if it is blank, just show up blank like we're seeing here. What you will have to do as you're doing your update is if we've made trades for the week, you're going to have to type in all of the information that's here in blue. Everything else that's here in black is just a function that you can just pull over and drag over, and it'll be nice and easy. So real quick, what we want to do too, we'll just walk through just pretty much what you would have to do if you didn't make any trades that week. So just take a look at everything, make sure our date over here is the latest date, right? So this is today, April 21st. What you'll notice is today's a Sunday, the 19th was the last day, or the last trading day. So what this is going to do is basically going to say, hey, yeah, work day, the last work day compared to this, right? So you'll see that we have all of our information here is just repeat. Actually weekends, so that makes it nice and easy for our analysis. We also have all of our analytics right here, which you have your week one academic that we've had since we've adopted or since we've incorporated the asset into the fund, the weight of the asset in comparison to the overall fund of all stuff is being calculated of all the values of the latest information for all of our assets here. But as we'll walk through in a little bit, we're using a lot of weighted averages to be able to understanding what the overall fund parameters and strategy parameters are looking like. So that's something to be look at. So for example, right here, the weighted beta of Bitcoin is about a 1.8 or 1.5 beta. And that's basically just using the weighted average of all of the betas that we're calculating using Cap IQ plugins here. So always really good thing to do first thing you get in to the font into the calculator into the book, you just refresh it. We've noticed in the past that this has led to some miscalculation errors and didn't really work out great. So maybe you always refresh that. Now to go into our calcs page, this is where everything is being aggregated together to be able to produce what we see here on the landscape update. So the calcs page is a little bit of a mess. You have the know-how and understand the book well enough to move things around. To walk you through real quick, we've got all of it, which is basically what information right here. You have your overall overall fund information, some of our risk metrics right here, our most invested in securities based on value, and then our most invested sectors, again, based on value. This is kind of being built off of this table right here. That's just basically just doing our little largest to smallest filter through the values. This table we're going to get to here in another video where I show you exactly the kind of things that you have to do in order to make sure the fund information is accurate after you made a trade. But essentially, these are all the different strategies that we have, and it's referring to this row right here, the strategy row. So again, we'll go over this in a little bit more depth and detail in another video. We have this table right here, the current school year returns. This is the table that is producing this chart. And so basically what this is doing is it's just, again, kind of doing a workday function. And we have the data in here that's doing a very special, you know, hairy calculation to basically say that, hey, yeah, if today isn't this day, then don't show the return. But if it is, do all the math and be able to show it to us. So as of right now, SIF has had a 24, almost 25% return in the academic year, as opposed to S&P 500 is almost 14%. So we're looking pretty good. This is our security breakdown. Again, I'm going to go into this into a little bit more detail in this in another video. But essentially, what it does is it takes all of the stocks that we are invested in, finds, aggregates, and sums up the total value that we have in that stock for us to be able to understand again exactly which asset we're the most heavily weighted into. Again, we'll go into this in a little bit more detail in that how to add and subtract and take away assets into the portfolio. So then we have this awesome portfolio totals and daily change tab. This is really what's kind of doing a lot of the back end math for us in terms of overall fund performance stuff. So we have Davidson, Milner, right, school ESG, and then overall SIF. We've talked about in the past about including cash in these totals. It's going to be interesting to see how we incorporate that in the future. As of right now, we haven't really been tracking cash here, but that might be something. We have this column here just for you guys to be able to use that in the future so that we can understand exactly everything that's going on. Again, so daily returns, nice and easy, easy to calculate. We've got our SIF daily returns, and then we have these four ETFs, the ARCA Value, BATS, and Momentum ETFs that we're using as proxies for the Froment-French, 4 of the 5 Froment-French 5-factor models that you'll see right here. So SPY is included in that. And essentially what's going on here, which is, again, referring back up to the calcs tab, is that these are betas of SIF compared to those ETFs. So keep that in mind when you're doing your risk analytics. I believe here on the how-to tab, we have more accurate breakdown of exactly how we are referring to those and how they're working. So now that we've kind of walked through that a little bit, the last few things that we need to do, again, if you haven't made any trades in the last week, all you need to do, I know this is a lot, but all you really need to do is come in here, update your risk-free rate. And I like to go to Yahoo Finance for this. And the way we do this is we're just using the 10-year yield, 10-year treasury yield. Which I don't want to use for this. So as of today, when I'm recording this, it looks like the closing price for the 10-year yield was 4.647, and I had an unlock on. There we go. So this is important just for us understanding how we're calculating our alphas and everything. Again, alpha is the total return in excess of what CAPM of what our expected return should be. Again, we'll get into this a little bit more in further detail. This is essentially what that formula looks like. No need to totally understand it unless you're wanting to manage this or you're in the tech team. So a couple other things I guess to look at right here, right, is you have our SPY 1-year return, our daily risk-free rate, weekly risk-free rate, monthly. Again, just for us to be able to look at all of the different analytics properly, and just being able to break that down nice and easy for us. And then we have for academic week. What we noticed is there are 18 weeks between the start of the semester in August, or fall semester in August, and the end of the fall semester, or end of the year, really in December. And then we just have the week num today, and then we're adding 18 to that. So nice and easy. It's been 17 weeks here in the spring semester. Then, so once you've updated your risk-free rate, once you've refreshed the page, one last thing that you need to do is you need to just come in here and update the axis right here. So you just go down here, you click on it, right click, go to format axis. And so the minimum is August 22nd, 2023, which is the first day of the semester, of fall semester. And then the maximum is April 7th. So as today is April 21st, we'll type in this, but I want to highlight something. Because today, for whatever reason in the book, is worthless, as it is a weekend, you're going to dip down and see all of this, everything just drop and plummet. So what we've noticed, and we've seen this too during the week, so we're not totally sure why that is. So what we've done in the past is we'll go about 2 days before the date that we are presenting. We'll see just a couple of days before we present, and you can kind of still see it's trailing down. So we'll go on maybe the 16th. That'll get rid of everything. But yeah, so that kind of shows you a little bit more of just kind of what's going on here in the fund in that aspect. A couple things to do too. Always be careful of this when you bring that out. I'll look into that a little bit more. Again, we've had some troubleshooting errors and issues with this. So again, that'll be another video. But assuming everything's working properly, assuming everything's working right, you'll be able to present this. The way we've done this is we just go to File, save as Adobe PDF, or even just print. A lot of the time works. We can just do Adobe PDF, and you'll have this beautiful little PDF to then present to the investment fund. So that's this first video. Again, just doing a little bit of a how-to of how everything works with the investment or the update. The next videos, the next one I'm looking at doing is going to be kind of how to update the fund once we've made trades and some troubleshooting. So thanks.